Choosing yourself. Why I said no to dowry and yes to self-respect. Let's talk about something really uncomfortable. Let's talk about dowry. And most importantly, let's talk about choosing yourself as an Indian woman. Because somewhere along the way, many of us were taught that being chosen by a man is the ultimate achievement, that marriage is the prize, and that if a man and his family are willing to accept you, you should be grateful. No questions asked. And that is exactly where dowry thrives. Dowry survives because women are taught to shrink, to negotiate their worth, to feel relieved when someone agrees to marry them, even at a price. Let me say this very clearly. A woman who has to pay to be married is not being honored, she's being bought. And I refuse to participate in that. When a family asks for dowry, they're not asking for tradition, they're asking one simple question: how much are you worth to us in cash, gold, property, or status? And my answer to that question is, I am not for sale. Choosing yourself means understanding that your value is not negotiable. It is not increased because someone's son has a certain job. It is not decreased because you crossed a certain age. It does not need to be compensated for with money, cars, or furniture. If a man needs dowry to feel like a catch, then he is not the one. We need to stop pretending the dowry is just a small expectation or just a one-time adjustment. Dowry is not a request, it's a warning sign. Because a man who allows his family to demand dowry is already telling you, your comfort will come second. Your labor will be expected. Your silence will be rewarded. And your sacrifices will be normalized. That is not marriage. That is a transaction where the woman always pays, emotionally, mentally, and financially. And as a self-respecting Indian woman, choosing myself means I walk away the moment money enters the conversation. No explanations, no justifications, and no guilt. I don't care how nice the family seems. I don't care how settled the man is. I don't care how many aunties will say, this is how it is. Tradition is not an excuse for exploitation. And let's address the fear they sell us. What if you end up alone? What if you miss your chance? What will people say? Let me tell you something very important. Loneliness is not worse than self-betrayal. Being single is not worse than being trapped in a marriage where you were born. And peace is far more valuable than social approval. Choosing yourself means being willing to disappoint society to avoid disappointing your soul. It means understanding that a woman with self-worth is dangerous to patriarchy, to outdated traditions, and to men who benefit from women's silence. And yes, saying no to dowry may reduce your options. Good. Let the wrong doors close loudly, because the right situation, if it exists, will never require you to pay an entry fee. To every Indian woman watching this, you are not greedy for wanting respect. You are not arrogant for having boundaries. You are not difficult for refusing to be commodified. You are simply awake. And choosing yourself is not selfish. It is survival. It is dignity. It is power. If this resonated with you, sit with it and learn the conditioning. And remember, a woman who knows her worth cannot be negotiated with. I chose myself, and I have no regrets. Thank you.